Hi everyone, my name is Gabby and I'm a QC Makeup Academy graduate. I'm also a student ambassador. I'm actually really excited because this is my first video that I'm doing in collaboration with QC Makeup Academy, so I hope that you enjoy it. So I decided to do a special effects makeup look that would be more on the glam side of makeup as opposed to something more gory and scary. As a makeup artist, one of the most common makeup requests that I get for Halloween from my clients are skulls. However, I do have clients that sometimes they want it, but they don't want a full skeleton face, or they don't want to use just regular black and white like a classic skull. So I wanted to create something that was more on the glamorous side, but still simple enough that you could recreate, where you don't really have to worry about eating or drinking and your makeup coming off or getting smudged or anything like that. So if you would like to see how I created this look, please keep watching. For this, you don't really need that many products. So I picked up a couple of products. You do need some rhinestones of your choice. So I just stopped by Michael's in Party City and kind of picked up a couple of different things. Now I particularly wanted to keep it in the silver and white pearl theme. So that's the stones that I chose. I'm just gonna start off with applying my face primer. Today I'm going to be using the Milani face primer. This is Prime Light because I do want my face to still have almost like a glow to it, and my normal foundation. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take some Elmer's washable glue, and I'm just going to lightly run it over my eyebrows. I'm going to add a little bit of paint and concealer to it. So this will just help to keep my eyebrows in place when I apply those products. Next, I'm going to go in with concealer. So I'm going to be using two concealers that are much lighter than my actual skin tone. So I'm going to be using the Makeup Revolution concealers. These are shade C10 and C6. So I just quickly applied concealer to my under eye. I'm just trying to gauge what would be the best color for me. So I am gonna mix two concealers together because I really want this part of my face to be brightened up. I'm gonna take a white eyeliner pencil, and I'm just gonna kind of trace, and I'm gonna draw out how I want my skull to look. So now that I basically have that laid out, now I'm going to go in with a sponge, and I'm just going to start blending this out. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to quickly go back with my white pencil, and I'm going to sketch out my eyes. So if you follow on your face with the pencil, you can actually feel your eye socket, and that gives it a more realistic look. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set everything. So I'm going to go in with my Ben 9 Natural Set Colorless Powder. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Urban Decay Naked Heat palette, and I chose this one because it has those warm brown tones, and since I want to keep it more of like a natural skin tone skull, I want to use those brown tones in my look. I'm going to use an angled brush to create a contour on my forehead. So I'm going to use this, and I'm going to dip into the shade first, Sauced and Low Blow. So I'm going to mix those two together, tap off, and very lightly we want to kind of warm this up a little. Smaller fluffy brush, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take Sauced and Low Blow, and I'm going to mix the two together, tap off. I'm going to create some definition on my inner eye. So I'm just going to go right here in that inner crease, in that little pocket, right in your eye socket here, right in that inner crease. We're going to start really light. I'm also going to do the same to the outer portion right here. So we want to leave the middle open while we add depth to our eye socket. A very small detail brush, and I will show you. You want something that's flat, okay? And we're gonna do the same thing to the nose area. am gonna take Chaser on a flat brush and Ounce from the same palette and just kind of tap it in the center to keep that nice and bright. I'm going to do the same thing with my eyes. So I'm going to take Chaser and Ounce using the same flat brush and just add it to the center. It's almost like an entire halo eye, but we really want that center to stand out and be lighter. Using another flat kind of like detail brush. This one is actually from QC Makeup Academy. Using this brush, I'm going to take in Fuego and Ashes. And very lightly, I'm going to start going in over the inside and the outside of my eye socket to create more depth. And you want to go very, very light and drag it in because that's what's going to give us that depth. Now that the eyes are done and shaded in, we're gonna do the same thing to the nose. Okay, so same thing, using that the two darker colors, we're just gonna go in and lightly shade that. So right over, very, very lightly. Again, we're gonna start with our fluffy brush, and I'm gonna go in with Sauce and Low Glow. I'm gonna go right up here and follow the shape and drag it down slightly. Now we're gonna get more precise. We're gonna take the same flat detail brush. We're gonna go in Fuego and Ashes again. And the same thing, you wanna tuck it really close. Tuck it close and drag it down. Next, we're gonna go in and we're gonna do the eyebrows and we're going to do the teeth. I'm gonna be using my Mayron Paradise paint in white. It is water activated, so I do have a little spray bottle here so that I can spray right into it. So now I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna use a round tip brush for this. So I'm going to press and drag. Okay, so I'm gonna take my spoolie and I'm gonna dip it right into my face paint there. You're just gonna brush through your eyebrows. Same thing, I'm just gonna take my angled brush and dip right into my face paint, and I'm just gonna now make sure to fill in. Okay, now that brows are done, we're gonna use the same paint and we're gonna go in with a very fine detail brush, and we're going to outline the mask. using some duo eyelash glue. I'm gonna apply it right to the back of Gems. Off camera, I just started adding in more rhinestones. Now for the teeth, I am going to continue, but I just want to show you my technique. So I just take my glue and pop it on the back of my hand. It's just easier to work that way. And then I use, these are actually to put on false eyelashes. So I use these type of tweezers and I just grab it like that. And then I'll dip it onto the glue and then it's just easier to place. So the next thing we're gonna do is actually, I'm gonna add in my bottom lip color. So I have decided to go with like a dark purple color. You could go with red, you could go with any color that you want. So this is actually Maybelline New York Super Stay Matte Ink in shade Voyager. I'm gonna be using the Jeffree Star Velour Liquid Lipstick in Drug Lord to do my eyeliner. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to apply some lashes off camera and then I'll be right back. The last step I'm going to do is I'm going to spray a finishing spray. This is really important, especially if you plan on going out on Halloween. You're going to be drinking and eating, so it's important to set everything that you've just created. So I'm going to use the Kat Von D Lock-It Setting Spray. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Most importantly, don't forget to follow QC Makeup Academy on YouTube. Thanks guys, until next time.